I made it. We're live. Hello. Turns out 15 minutes was not enough of a buffer for me, but good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are joining me from in the world. And you know, December means one thing. Howie Claus wants your heart, mind, and your wallet for Festivus. He's going hard in the lead up to the new year. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it at all. And I'm not going to lie, now that the Keaton Batman's been released, I'm really torn. I'm like, do I want the strike suit cap next? Do I want George Clooney and Chris O'Donnell? I don't know. I'm just hoping that some more things that I've got on pre-order will be released because, goodness, it's been a long time since I've had a PO come in. And I don't know how long that returns is going to take, so it would be nice if that bundle maybe had a couple of things for Helen and little Shuri, because little Shuri gets the boxes to play with, the shipper boxes, which she loves. So, oh my goodness, Bobby Dillon. We've only just started the stream and Bobby Dillon's doing crazy things. He's gifted 26 Gal Shiro channel memberships. Bob, that is incredibly kind. Thank you so much. Bob, I'm just happy to have you in the chat. I feel like we haven't had you for a few weeks and I've missed you. Was part of the reason I'm late because Bob enabled me to buy a head sculpt? Yes. Am I mad about it? Absolutely not. I'm not joking, Bob. I literally just paid for that head sculpt and I'm very, very, very excited. But as I said, guys, it's the season where Howie, he loves us, but he wants to bankrupt us, and I hope your wallets are faring well with what's to come. I also just want to say, got my Hong Kong videos out, which I'm very proud of myself for. Did I record them when I was still sick? Yes. Is some of the recording a little bit shonky? Absolutely. Was sick when I filmed the Secret Base tour and would do so many things differently if I had my time again. But I hope you've enjoyed them if you watch them. And if you haven't, maybe check them out on the weekend. Have a look at Secret Base. I also did a tour of Powergate, which is the new store in Hong Kong, which I personally think is bigger than Rebel Base and Echo Base. It was really cool to go check that out. It was in a bit of a different part of Hong Kong compared to the other stores, so that was super cool. But let's see who's here in the chat. Already got so many people, even though I'm late. So thank you so much for still coming to hang out with me on this Friday. We've got Carlos up first, my hype man. Good morning, Helen and chat. Sending the usual salutations from, oh my goodness, a 27 Fahrenheit degree weather. This week Canadian polar temperatures that are making us feel the frigidness in our bones. Yeah, that feels super cold. That's close to 0 Celsius. That's not a fun time. What goodness Howie has sent us this week. I'm sure you'll discuss Leia, the Snowtrooper, in your 60-second discussion. I myself am really looking forward to a New Hope Leia, which is the iconic look with the white robe. Oh, okay. I'm sure we'll get her shortly. It's inevitable. On another note, what a great nostalgia with the 70s Spider-Man. I'll catch the replay later after work. And don't forget to hit the like button and, of course, get Helen over the 4K hump by subscribing. Look, little Shuri's here. She's doing her claws. I wonder if you guys can hear it. Yeah, I am edging up towards 4,000 subscribers. Crazy. So thank you to everyone who's subscribing and supporting the channel. If you're new, maybe it's free. Maybe subscribe. You get to see cute little Shuri sometimes. She's a delight. She's the real star of this channel. I take absolutely no credit for anything that happens here. Uncarded Reviews is here. Hello. No Star Wars pictures on the banner this week. No. Why would there be? I feel it's funny. One week I had Anakin and Obi-Wan, and I was like, I feel like I'm just asking to be trolled, given I am going to literally spend 60 seconds talking about them. But I haven't really had a lot of trolling comments, which I don't know if that's because my channel is so small or because I'm female and people don't troll as much. I don't know. I got no idea. It surprises me every week that I don't get trolled. Uncarded Reviews also adds Howie Claus has got his literal claws into collectors' wallets, heart, minds, and wallets. Got to do that last big push before the holidays. This is what happens every year. And as I said, I'm not mad about it. I said it last year. I'm going to keep saying it to the end of the year. Howie Claus, he wants your heart, your mind, and your wallet. And I think I've just realized why I didn't see that John Wick figure in Hong Kong. It's now in Tokyo, which is great, but I wanted to see that figure in person. Bobby is here. Friday is for figures. And being incredibly generous and gifting 20 channel memberships. Bobby, I hope you're doing well. It's so lovely to have you in the chat. We've got Mike Fowler here. Hey, everyone. No meeting in the way of today's stream. Amazing. I thought there was some Star Wars releases. No, the thumbnail is a bit deceiving. Well, I mean, there was a lot of releases and announcements this week, and I did change my thumbnail. So I only put 2 pictures of figures up. Before I had the thing of 3, but I changed it up. So I can only pick 2. And Helen has learned that the pictures you pick make a difference, because my goodness, the week I put the picture of Higgs, no one watched that stream. So I feel like I had to pick figures that I knew I was going to talk about, but also that I thought people would be interested in. And I know some people are interested in Star Wars, but I'm spending 60 seconds on that. So is it misleading? I don't know. You tell me. The Toy Collector's here. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're doing well. AJ's here as well. Hello, Helen and friends. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm doing well, AJ. I hope you are too. Got Anthony Stanfield here as well. Hey, Helen. Hope you're well. I am. Thank you. Bit rushed because it was work, basketball game, stream. And I was like, yeah, 10:15 is enough time. And I think I've learnt next time, if this happens, I need to probably give myself half an hour, because I was literally in the door. I'm like trying to feed Shuri, trying to feed myself something, trying to buy a head sculpt. It was all very rushed and panic. Miss Batwoman is here, channel member, as is AJ. Happy Friday, Helen, Shuri, and everyone. We had Shuri just before. I hope you saw her. What a treat. I realized that I took her scratcher out of the room, and that's why she was not coming here as much. So I put it back. So hopefully we'll get a few more Shuri cameos today. We've got Austin here as well. Hello, Helen. Hello to you, Austin. I hope you're doing well. AJ says, now I want to know what head sculpt you got. Sure. Story time with Helen. We'll do it really quickly. So there is a really nice Ra's al Ghul head sculpt by J Nix. It was released a long time ago. And I did try to find one, and I think someone offered it to me for, I can't remember if it was like 400 Australian or 400 US, I can't remember, but it was like the person could send me no photos, no proof they owned it, and I stepped away, and I was like, and funny, I actually used their screenshots in a photo of mine, because I was like, if it's fishy, walk away. And then out of nowhere, Jackson Zhu posted it for sale in collector base at a very reasonable price. And Bob very kindly tagged me in it, and then also nudged me on Instagram and was like, that's the sculpt. Because, yeah, the few times I've seen it, it's been very highly priced. And there's one on eBay at the moment that I think would have been 500 or 600 Australian dollars, and I got this for less than 200 Australian dollars. I wish it was less than 2 Australian dollars, which is a bargain. And I actually do think the Mars Toys head sculpt is a recast of this JNix one, so I'm super excited to have the real deal coming, and it probably frees up the Mars Toys Ra's al Ghul sculpt for something else. So that's a bit exciting. So, yeah, super cool. It's Jackson's latest post in collector base if you want to see it. I'm really, really hyped for it. So, Bobby, most generous guy in collecting, nicest guy in collecting. Oh, we've got Tiny Art Guy here as well. Good afternoon, Helen and Collectors. Good afternoon to you, Tiny Art Guy. I hope you're doing well. Bobby D is the patron saint of the 6-scale collecting community. Santa Bobby for the win. He really is. Bobby is next level, the nicest guy. I will fight anyone who tries to say otherwise. Oh, that's someone talking to Bob. Fair enough. JB's here as well. Afternoon, Helen and fellow collectors. Afternoon to you as well. Austin says, I enjoyed the secret base video. Fantastic. I have to be honest, some of that footage was a bit shaky. I do apologize. I was really sick when I filmed that. I left the last 2 days of my trip in Hong Kong for filming videos, and there was so much more I wanted to do at Secret Base, and I was just so sick. So I kind of pushed myself to film, and then in hindsight, when I rewatched it, particularly when I was crouching down on those lower levels, I was like, oh, she's shaky, but I did my best. I'm glad people have enjoyed them. Miss Batwoman says the same thing. I loved your Hong Kong videos too. Cool. Thank you. I'm so glad people are enjoying them. Mike says, Helen, those videos you did going through Powergate and Secret Base were great. Oh, thank you. I don't think I'll ever get there, so it's great to see it through your lens. Thank you. I just wanted to share what I saw, and I felt like Echo Base and Rebel Base felt pretty much the same. I didn't feel they were that different, which is why I didn't really film anything there. And the shopping scene was similar, if not a bit depreciated compared to last time. So I thought I think, Secret Base it's like Mecca, right? I think no one never wants to see Secret Base. And then Powergate, yeah, being the new store as well, I didn't really think there was a lot of videos on there. Like, I don't think I'd ever really seen anyone promote a tour of the store. And it was really easy to get to with the subway, which was awesome. So I was glad I was able to get out there. It was in a huge shopping complex. They literally had 2 or 3 high-rise malls with all kinds of shops. They love the shopping in Hong Kong. Mike says, I was also impressed with the number of Star Wars characters call-outs. Yeah, look, as I say in the Powergate store tour, I didn't look up any names. And it's funny because I think in Secret Base tour, I'm pretty sure I called some clones troopers. I think I might have called the Bad Batch troopers. I don't know. In hindsight, there were some errors, and I was just too sick to want to go back and fix them. But no one's trolled me on that either. So I'm pleasantly surprised. AJ says, it's just jumped right into the hard freeze of winter for us here too. I'm at 10 Fahrenheit right now. Oh, God, that's -12. That's right, because 32 Fahrenheit is 0 Celsius. It's bad going right to this, cold this fast. Oh, goodness, I can imagine. It was interesting. So in Australia, the first day of summer was the 1st of December. We had 39 degrees Celsius, which was a lot. That is a little bit above 100 Fahrenheit. But then it dropped down pretty quickly, which I was not mad about. I think today was around 26 or 27 Celsius, which I think is maybe high 70s. So it was very, very pleasant. Greetings from New York. Loved your replay stream at Secret Base Hong Kong. Is it true that the Hot Toys 12th scale, the bat, is still available? It is 100% true. You can buy it at Secret Base or Rebel Base. The price has come down since last year. Did I think about it? Absolutely. But I think that box was bigger than my suitcase. So sensible Helen won out. And I did not buy the bat. But there was a part of me that was like, it's kind of the only Dark Knight vehicle I don't have. I've got the 2 tumblers. I've got the bat pod. So, yeah, I thought about it for a moment. But as I said, getting it home would have been the challenge. That's a fun pickup. Yeah, as I said, I'm really, really excited for that box. So, Bobby, thank you. I 100% would not have seen that if it wasn't for you. Austin says, Helen, any word on the Hot Toys Batman Returns figures? Are you getting it as well? 100% I'm getting it. But I'm getting it through Pop Culture here in Australia. So I don't know how long it will take. I really had hoped I could have bought one from Hot Toys Direct, but they were sold out. And there were ones for sale on Facebook through resellers, but the price was high. And I was like, I will be patient. So I'm hoping, maybe not too far into the new year, maybe February, we'll get the stock here in Australia. But I got to see it at Secret Base, which was so exciting and has got me really hyped for that. So, yeah, I can't wait. We've got Moose Dreamers here. Hello, community of collectors. Thank you for my gift membership. I enjoy your content, Helen. Well, Bobby is the membership, and thank you. I'm glad you enjoy my content. Also, yesterday I received my Hot Toys Wolverine Deluxe figure, and I love it. Now I have the regular version and the Deluxe. I'm so happy with both figures. Oh, that's cool. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are jealous that you have both. But yeah, those, we'll talk about TVA Jacket Wolverine. We'll talk about him. It's funny. In one of my, I think it was my secret base video, someone posted Hot Toys are garbage and they disintegrate like within 3 years. And I'm like going, well, riddle me why I have figures that are more than 10 years old. But also I'm like going, look at some of the things they've made this year. And I'll even go there with some characters from movies that I know are not blockbuster sensations. But like that Sam Wilson Captain America figure is fantastic. Those 2 Terminator figures, the Wolverine figures, the Artisan Black Widow, I think the Jack Sparrow figures, like there's been some standout figures this year. So people just go, it's trash, it's not good. I'm like, why are you watching a video of Secret Base? If you don't like Hot Toys, like why are you on my channel? It's literally what I talk about. Uncarded Review says, oh my God, Helen, sounds like you had a case of Hong Kong flu, literally. I think I had a chest infection, but there was a lot of flu going around in Hong Kong. It's funny. I went back to work this week and it was very full on and I am absolutely exhausted. I am going to spend most of this weekend sleeping because I was really knocked around for quite a while. And I'm grateful that I found a doctor close to my hotel who spoke really good English and she put me on some really good medication. But then I just needed to rest because I think I said like when I landed, I couldn't hear. I couldn't hear for like 2 days. It was absolutely the worst. And that was on top of everything else. So yeah, I don't know if it was Hong Kong flu or what it is, but it definitely knocked me around. I think that's the sickest I've been in a few years. Austin says, I forgot to mention, Helen, I'm from the USA and it's cold in, is KY Kentucky? I'm thinking it's Kentucky. Apologies if it's not Kentucky. You have many states and I try my best. We've got Natalie Harris here as well. Good evening, Helen, from a cool UK. Good afternoon to you. It's a very pleasant Western Australia. I'm enjoying the weather at the moment. We've got Kyle as well. Hello, Kyle. How you doing? Austin also says, once you get your returns figure, are you going to make a civilian Michael Keaton figure? Well, I already have the Mars Toys Bruce Wayne in the tuxedo. And originally I was thinking I would put the head sculpt on that. But part of me now wants to have the returns figure with the ripped cowl. So I already have a civilian, but whether it gets the Hot Toy sculpt or not, I don't know. I just don't know how easy it's going to be to find that sculpt loose if I want to find a second one. So we shall see. But the Mr. W is a great figure. I'm really quite impressed with it. All right. I know some abbreves. So great. I got Kentucky right. Mike says you couldn't hear that scary. It wasn't just a case of popping your ears, like an altitude thing, Mike. Oh, my goodness. Quick story time with Helen. So I flew home via Singapore. So Singapore, Hong Kong, Hong Kong, Singapore, Perth. All very short flights. So it was just like, I'm pretty sure it was a chest thing. When I landed into Singapore, the pain in my head and ears was excruciating. But I could hear. So I went, okay, that's fine. Second flight home, no pain. But when I took my headphones out, everything sounded like it was muffled and about 5 kilometers away, to the point where I was like, if immigration stops me, I'm doomed because I don't understand. And I tried to pop my ears, and I kid you not, when I tried to pop my ears, it sounded like someone was crumpling paper. And I was like, oh, this is not good. So the hearing got better. I feel sorry. The taxi driver was an older dude who wanted to chat and I couldn't hear a word he was saying. I felt so rude. I was just like, yeah, I know. And couldn't hear a word he said. Like I was meant to do 2 Greek Geeks the day after I got back and I had to say to Costa, I don't think I can do it because I can't hear. The only reason I did my stream is because I don't need to hear for it. But yeah, There was a bit of ringing afterwards, but my hearing's not great, but it's better. But I'm assuming it's the like compression from the takeoff and the landing, but it was definitely not a fun time, and I'm grateful that it's better than what it was. Good morning, Helen. Good morning, Collection Obsession. I hope you're doing well. Natalie says, glad you're all better, Helen. Went to Hans Zimmer performance this week and loved it. Oh, that's so cool. Does he play any of the Dark Knight music? It's so funny. I was in my house. Of course, I was in my house. I can't remember. It was one night this week, and I was in the other room, and the TV was on, and I could hear music on the TV, and I was like, oh, that's Batman Begins on TV. That's Batman Begins. And it was. And did I watch it? Yes, I did. How serendipitous. And then I found the Ra's al Ghul sculpt. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I wonder if they play any of that music. I've got no idea. Winman42 is here. Good morning from Albuquerque. Everyone's still in bed. I mean, it's quite early for you. I think it's only 7:40 a.m. So why not have a lazy Friday if you can? Austin says, what figures are you hoping to get before 2026? Honestly, any. I don't know that I'm getting anything before this year ends because I have a lot of pre-orders and not a lot of things are releasing. Oh, my God, guys. I should have put this in the slides. I should have put this on the banner. People are finally getting invoiced for the So-So Toys Blade. It's a Festivus miracle. Stunned. Very happy for the people who've got Blade on pre-order. I know like Lumi, she had that on order. She's been waiting for it. So unless So-So wants to keep the miracles going and release some of the Flash figures I have on pre-order, or Supergirl, or Deathstroke, Hot Toys-wise, I really don't think anything I have on pre-order will make its way to Australia before the end of the year, sadly. So it's probably up to third party. I can't think Mars Toys is releasing anything I have on pre-order with them. So, mate, hey, So-So, if you want to release one of those overdue figures, I would totally, I'd be down for that. JB says, flying when ill is zero fun. Hope you're on the mend now. Yeah, it as I said, the doctor put me on some fantastic medication because I explained to her that, like, the next day after I saw her, I was flying home. So I feel like the meds kept me in a pretty good way, but the hearing was the worst part. And then I feel like if you're sick and you're overseas on your own, I feel like your body kind of keeps you going a little bit on, like, fight or flight. So I definitely feel like there was an extra level of my body just crashing and relaxing when I was, like, back in Australia, back in my house, back in my own bed, back with Shuri. So yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. Oh, he does play music from The Dark Knight, so you'd love it. I would. And he's come to Australia. He's come to Perth. Why didn't I go? I'll be honest, I don't go to a lot of stuff. I'm such a hermit in my old age. I think one of my favorite things is just being at home with Shuri. I'm not going to lie. I'm a very boring person. That's hilarious that you couldn't hear your neighbor. You should have just let your headphones, even if you weren't listening, and just point, sorry, too busy and important. Oh, God. No, it's like I totally would talk to people. Like, I would have totally talked to this guy, but I don't even know. I was like going, is he talking about heat or flies? Or I had no clue what the guy was saying. I really didn't. I know, Blade, I can't believe it. Me either. I can't believe that So-So Toys is releasing stuff. I was so convinced they were just going to disappear, but there you go. Austin's waiting to get his returns figure. Yeah, I think a lot of us are. Nurse Joker will make you feel better, Helen. Oh, God. Nurse Shuri made me feel better. She's such a good little nurse cat. She just kept me company and just lay down with me, was very caring, even though she's not a very touchy-feely girl. When I'm sick, Shuri's actually a very lovely little nurse. It's amazing So-So can finally release something. Seems like it's been 3 years since their last release. This is the thing that gets me with So-So, AJ. Like, they had so many overdue POs, and then, do you know what we're going to do? we're going to announce and release like 300 limited edition Batman, Wolverine patch, all these random things. We're going to do that, but then all the stuff you've been waiting 2 or 3 years for, like, is it Starlight from The Boys? Like, that's even longer than the Flash figures that I've had. So, man, they really went. It's funny. So really went from being like the darling of third party to being a company that people are very frustrated with. I feel like Mars Toys and maybe Topo. I feel like Topo's contending. Some of the suit sets they're doing, that Superman, where he's opening the suit and showing you the Superman underneath. I thought that was super cool. They're doing some awesome stuff at Topo. Helen, I'm one of those collectors who pre-ordered the So-So toys. Vampire Hunter received, paid the invoice. Oh, I hope you get it soon. It's a Festivus miracle. It absolutely is a Festivus miracle. Are there any final product photos of the blade? Not that I've seen. There is a guy, I want to say it's a guy, I think Huang, who posts in the So-So group. He tends to get the figures to photograph and post on social media. So that would be a person to look out for. But I have not seen anything as yet, just people going, oh my God, I've been invoiced, and I can't believe it. And I agree, I can't believe it either. Moose needs a Nurse Joker. Well, I mean, Topo were the ones to mention it to, because they have been working on one. But I think they're a bit torn about body choices. And I know for me, I was like, hey, if you need to go the same way as Power Pose Bruce Wayne, I got no problem with that, because I've got my Kit Vash version, but the challenge is all of the Joker sculpts have a neck and all of the seamless bodies have a neck, so it's hard to do. But I hope Topo does come through with their Nurse Joker. I'd be really happy about that. I'll wait to buy the $1,000 blade from Siberia. Yes, Siberian Custom Studios, is that what they're called? They're doing their blade as well. Mike says, I would imagine at this point we can all just kit bash that Nurse Joker with all the rooted Joker head sculpts these days. A lot of head sculpts. I think it's the outfit that's the challenge, to be honest. It's been a really long time since third-party companies have done Nurse Joker, and I know for me, I got very lucky that, when was it? It must have been maybe 2023 or 2024. Toy Anxiety parted one out, and I was able to get everything I needed. That was the Toys Mon version, which I'll be honest, it's not as nice as the CGL version, which, believe it or not, owned and sold. What a fool. I think it's the outfit, because even with the Toys Mon one, I was very lucky. I was able to use my mum's sewing expertise, because the dress was not accurate, but she was able to fix that. So I was very grateful for that. Do you have the Hot Toys Batman figure from the Flash movie? I have neither. I'm not going to lie. Lately, the modern suit Batman has been on my mind, because it's Keaton, but I don't think I have space for it. So I'm trying, and this is the problem, when you don't have any figures coming through, you start getting the itch you want to scratch, and you buy things, and that's when you have to resist, because I'm like, no, I need to resist and just stick to the plan. Speaking of, the Jazz Inc. Batwing got funded. Hooray! I had my deposit come out of my account, so I'm looking forward to that as well. I didn't do patch recently, just skipped over early figs folks still waiting for. No, So-So did patch not that long ago, the patch Wolverine. Natalie says, have you heard anything about the Topo Nurse Joker? Not since, I think there was a post in 1/6 Kit Group where someone asked about it, and Topo, as I said, were asking the question about bodies and would people be disappointed if it was like a resin body, like the Power Pose Bruce Wayne. So I'm hoping they're still going to do it, but I feel like I've been talking with them about it or asking them about it for a while. So I'm hoping they do, and I think this is where Topo, I think, actually are pretty good at reading their messages on Instagram. I know they certainly have replied to me many times. So if it's something you want, let them know. Like, I always feel like, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So if anybody aside from me wants to tell them Nurse Joker is desired, like, absolutely go for it. I think there'd be a huge interest, personally, not only in Nurse Joker, but I think Police Joker. Like, everyone's doing the purple coat now. Everyone's probably going to do the bank robber. Do police or nurse. I think that's what people would like to see. How do you feel about In-Art as a company, good or bad? Look, my feelings are a little bit mixed. I have the Joker, very good figure for the time. I do think the Hot Toys one is better now. I just think it's I don't like how disjointed their announcements have been in the Dark Knight space. I wish I had a bit more sense as to what they were planning to make. We got the Joker, and it's taken us 2 years later to get Catwoman. So I think, like, the quality of their figures, like, generally looks pretty nice to me. Like, that Severus Snape was fantastic. I think the June figures, really great, sentiment from people about them. They're Joaquin Phoenix Jokers. I just think, as a company, I probably don't have a problem with them. As I say, I wish they just had more in that Dark Knight space, is probably what I'm saying. I just think it would be great if they didn't just make a lot of stuff that other companies are making as well. It is what it is. I know licensing is hard. I'm probably very fortunate to be in Australia where their figures are licensed, and that gives me probably a little bit of a better buying experience. But I mean, I don't think any company is perfect. So I think I get a bit annoyed at people that just seem to be very brand loyal, because I'm like, oh, there's not a lot of runs on the board, and I don't think any company's perfect. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that Catwoman. I'll probably pre-order it. I probably, I've got the one figure that was a good experience, and there's been nothing they've done that's interested me since. So I'm kind of happy that there finally is something else for me in the Catwoman. And I hope that's an awesome figure. We'll wait and see. J&D Studios teased a 6-scale bank robber Joker. Of course they did. Why not do the police one? Why not be different, guys? Did anybody else see that really random video that J&D released today? J&D and Beyond. Okay, dude. Oh, me too, Winman. I'm still waiting for a Okoye, but people out here wanting the 27th Joker figure, shame on y'all. And the 101st Clone Trooper. I'm with you. Justice for Okoye. This is what gets me. Like, if you have a Dark Knight license and you can't get many licenses, don't do something that everyone else has done. Like Ninja Bruce and Raz 2-pack. Do it. A Batman Begins suit. There's so many other things you can do, and I do get a bit, ho-hum, they're all doing Purple Coat Joker. Now they're all doing Bruce in an armory. Now they're all doing a Catwoman. It's a bit like, come on, guys. Mike says, that's awesome that your mum is so willing to help you with your wardrobe issue. Shout out to Mama Shiro. She is actually the best. She helped me with my Kit Bash Stealthy Elena. There's a photo of her in my video. She did an amazing job. And it's funny because even when I got back from Hong Kong, she's like, oh, is there anything you need me to sew? Like anything that you bought? And I was like, oh, bless. But yeah, between the Yelena and the Nurse Joker, I'm very lucky because I said, it's funny. I said to her, do you know how much this would have cost me to do? And she's like, I'm not doing this for other people. And I'm like, no, that's not what I'm trying to say to you. I'm not telling you to start a business. I'm just trying to convey to you that what you've done for me probably would have cost hundreds of dollars if I had paid someone to do it. AJ says, I think I'm going to have to hunt down the Returns Keaton Batman. I thought I was safe from that figure. I may have been wrong. Not sure I want Modern 2 or if that will lead to more. That Returns one is so good. I'll be honest. I prefer the 89 suit, but of the 2.0s, the Returns is, the figure is much better. I love the gargoyle diorama with the 89. Do not get me wrong. But the 89, it definitely benefits from the Jackson mouth plate. I think both are probably going to need a custom cape, but that returns. But then you've got the option because you've got the cowl and then you've got the Michael Keaton head sculpt, so you can have the options. And I still think that display diorama is so cool. So I am very excited for it. This is a new name. Hello. Which tier of the Jazzing Batwing did you get? I got the is it option 4, the all-in-one where you get the 12th scale figure and the display stand. I thought there was very little, like the differences in the pricing were very little. So I was like, I don't know if I would want the figure in it, but in case I do, I'm just going to get all in. And yeah, I still think it was such a low price, like $3.95 US for everything. Still surprised how long it took them to get over the line, but they got over the line, and that's great. So, as I said, I'm really excited about that. Oh my God, we're not even onto the newsy news. This is going to be a late one. Austin says, I also want your opinion. I'm trying to create a Chris Evans, Steve Rogers figure. What type of body could I use? I can't seem to find the right body. I typically try to find the Hot Toys body of that character if I can. So with my Kit Bash John Wicks, I found like John Wick Chapter 4 bodies, and that's what I've used. So that's probably where I would start personally, depending on what version of Steve Rogers you're doing. I know some people do the first Avenger where he's in the sort of white t-shirt and the tan pants, whereas I think for that Seamless would probably be a bit better. I've only ever done one Kit Bash Steve Rogers, and it was like the military uniform. So I did just use, I think it was because that was of the time, it was the Steve Rogers body from the Strike Suit 2-pack. So yeah, I haven't really done one recently, but I would maybe see if you could find the Hot Toys body. If not, maybe the Kit Bash Kitchen group. If you do a search in there, people are normally pretty good at when they do a Kit Bash and share it, like stating what parts they've used. So I would maybe suggest Kit Bash Kitchen as an avenue. Mike says, I understand your frustration with InArt's disjointed announcements. We've been so spoiled with Hot Toys consistency, lol. Look. I'm going to leave that one alone, but you're not wrong. Jazz Inc. also invoiced the cost for the sitting Batman for use of both the 6-scale Batmobile and Batwing. Yes, I saw that was shipping very soon. Winman says, speaking of Jazz Inc., I did confirm with them that the recently announced Catwoman will come with the chair. Oh, wow, fantastic. Well done, Winman, in the DX version. Also trying to get an actress signed version. Wow, okay, because that's interesting, because the streams I saw, Yost was saying that he thought that might be a bit difficult because of the intricacies of the printing on the chair. But if they've found a way to make it happen, that's great, because I think a lot of those accessories did lend themselves to having the chair. So that's really cool if that is the case. 101st clone is justified, sure. Just a random question. Have you ever taken your mum to Hong Kong? I have not. I have not taken my mum to Hong Kong. It's funny. My mum has always had a love of Asia, but has never been. And I am trying to convince her to go and see the world while she can. As in, my mum, not as in like she's alive, but as in my mum has had some problems with her hip. And I'm like, you're still mobile and can get around. Like, do it now because you don't know what might come tomorrow. So she's always wanted to go to China. Maybe I should. I've seen tours that do China and you finish the tour in Hong Kong. Maybe. Because then Helen can go back and do some shopping. It's all about the shopping. Mitchell Lawrence is here, loving your display setup. Great Hot Toy shop footage you posted the other day. Thank you, Mitchell. I appreciate that. I was saying before that I was very sick when I filmed the Secret Base tour. So I'm glad people are still finding enjoyment from my shaky footage. I wish Hot Toys would, with Batman, give us a cowl that hangs on the back of his back. Yeah, I can understand that. I think they're a bit... I've had that with the Flash. Like, I've got my Grant Gustin Flash there. I think... yeah, I think sometimes they can look great and sometimes they cannot look great. Austin says, I'm trying to create a civilian Steve Rogers from the 2012 Avengers movie. So I'm guessing he's wearing like a jacket and pants. I'd try to find, like, I would have thought between Endgame and the 2012 Endgame figure there'd be some bodies floating around. So if it doesn't need to be seamless, I'd maybe just try to find one of those Hot Toys bodies, because then it should be compatible with head sculpts and the like. Austin says, I don't trust Jazz Inc. products. Too many terrible experiences, people that I've heard from. Look, it's been a mixed bag. I think I've been pretty clear about my view on this stuff. Has been a mixed bag. I'm not going to lie. I think we're all very keen to see this Catwoman and how this comes out as well. And I'm very hopeful it's good. Thank you, Moose38 in the chat. Hit the like button. I don't know how many likes I have, but hopefully it's going to be close to 38 soon. That would make me super happy. That would be fantastic. The like button is free and little Shuri appreciates it. Correct. That's what Steve Rogers is wearing, sort of like a green shirt. As I said, my starting point tends to be a Hot Toys body for that same character if I can find one. Wow, I feel like this is the longest intro section I've ever done. We've got some newsy news to get through, peeps. But first of all, I want to thank my channel members. I know Bobby's gifted a lot of channel memberships. I keep this to my paid channel members, so I want to say a big thank you to The Broke Collector, AJ Agrusa, Pop Culture Living Room, Kevin LaFranc, Aaron Broverman, Tijuana Mike, Keith Lee, Valkyrie Magnus, Miss Batwoman, Bob Dylan, and Blue Tattoo. I really appreciate your support of the channel and of Little Shuri, because you get Little Shuri member videos and she's just the cutest. And you know I can't do this stream without telling you not to buy from One Man's Hobby or William Wang. Why? Because the guy has disappeared. No one knows where he is. If you've pre-ordered anything, you're probably not getting it. He's still got a website functional that's taking deposits. If you've recently bought something, start a chargeback. I will keep doing this while that website is operational, and while every now and then people still ask, is One Man's Hobby a reliable place to buy from? 100%. It is not. Do not recommend. I have pre-orders with him, thankfully not many, that I know I'm never going to get. And I got those pre-orders elsewhere because back in February, March, I was like, oh, I know how this ends. It ends badly. So PSA, please and thank you. I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about William Wang, but as I said, I still feel like needs to be said. Guy's been missing since the 11th of May. Absolutely ridiculous. Guys, oh my goodness, Kalimera Costa, Tikan Costa, you got here. Perfect timing, because we're going to do Star Wars in 60 seconds. It's everybody's favorite segment of any YouTuber in the Hot Toys niche. I have no doubt. Everybody's like, oh, Star Wars announcement. What's that angry Greek girl in Australia going to say about it? I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to say. This is the honest truth. See, Costa's like so hyped that he made it just in time. Fun fact, I still have a barking cough. My goodness, it is definitely not as frequent as it was. But God, it's bad. It's bad. So before the Star Wars in 60 seconds, we have to center us to get our chi ready, as Iron Fist would say. We've got to put 60 seconds on the clock, which you can't really see because Helen's ring light is in an awkward position. But we're going to do Star Wars in 60 seconds. I really don't know what I'm going to say. Here we go. Star Wars in 60 seconds is back. It's everybody's favorite segment on the internet. And then what would we do but show a trooper? Snow Commander Trooper, exclusive, buy it now, limited. I don't know what this mask is meant to be, and I don't know what his cloth friend is in the background. Is this some upcoming artisan version? But I'm a bit alarmed because that guy in the back looks like he's not wearing pants and that he has a nappy or a diaper if you're in the US. The color of his pants is alarming because it looks like he has no pants on. What is going on with these Snowtrooper commanders? But thankfully, to balance the no pants man, we got Leia. What a treat. What a surprise. And this head sculpt is fantastic. She also has a disguise in case you don't like the head sculpt because all Hot Toys head sculpts are apparently trash. But I think this one is fantastic. So Merry Christmas, Star Wars fans. Love, Howard Chan. Do I have any more pictures? Oh, I had one more. It's interesting because I was talking to Carlos, and I know Carlos said he was hoping for a Princess Leia. That is her name. I saw this Leia or Organa, and I was like, who is that? And I did wonder, I was like, oh, I wonder if they still have Carrie Fisher's likeness. So obviously they still do. And what else would you do but a bajillion more Star Wars figures? What a treat. But seriously, this head sculpt, and you know, I don't do the Star Wars Trek Gate, whatever. This head sculpt is fantastic. Who said sculpted hair can't be amazing? This looks really good. Seriously, if anyone is complaining about this, kindly go away. Kindly go away. Honestly, you have to be prompt for Star Wars in 60 seconds or you'll miss it. That's the thing. You got to catch it before it goes. I just noticed the So Toys. Oh, on the So Toys site, there's a price increase of 104 USD now. Oh, what's that for? I didn't know So Toys had a site. I'm a bit confused. We have Blurred Dad Life. Hello. Hi, Helen. Hope all is well. Still hoping to get a shipping notice from Batman Returns and Superman. Would love to have them as Christmas gifts to me. Me too. I would love to have it as a Christmas gift for me, but that's so not going to happen. I think my Christmas gift to me is going to be some POs. Because I've got a PO, yes, believe it or not, Ballerina. I've got a PO Catwoman. And I've got a PO some John Wick Chapter 1s. So I feel like that's going to be my gift to me. Anthony says, I saw you guys on Two Greek Geeks with your pics from the Acropolis. Have you ever been to see the monasteries in Meteora? It was one of my favorite places to visit in Greece. I absolutely have been to Meteora. So those photos I sent are really old. I felt so old when I saw them. I was so young. But I when I went to Greece on that occasion, I went with my mum and we did this awesome tour around the country and we went to the Meteora and it was beautiful. I just was very much, I literally sent those photos to Costa after the stream last week. So I was just quickly, where are some photos of me? And I just found them and a photo of me with some of my family members. And I was like, good enough, it's done. But I might have a photo from there. I should have a look. But yeah, it's incredible. There's definitely so much cool things to see and do in Greece. I'm saying to Costa, I think I'm very overdue a trip back. And it's funny, I said that to my mum because my mum wants to go because all her family's there, like her siblings are there. Nieces and nephews, all that. And I said to her, I said, I haven't been in a while. Like, maybe we should go. She got so excited. She got so excited at the prospect of us going again. So maybe next year I'll try to take mum to Greece. Helen, what do you think about the Hot Toys Michael Keaton Batman blue and grey suit? I think it would be okay if someone made a different cowl for the figure. Yeah, I liked it. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't as mad about it as what other people were. I do agree. I would have preferred there not to be the wrinkles in the cowl. But I liked it. I'd liked it, believe it or not. I don't have anywhere for it. I have to say, I think if it was black and grey, I would be very, very, very tempted by it. But yeah, I thought it was cool. It was a surprise. Wasn't expecting it. But yeah, I mean, the fact they're still making figures from The Flash to me is absolutely crazy. Well done. I'm assuming that well done is for Star Wars in 60 seconds. And thank you. Thank you very much. I've been out of training for Star Wars in 60 seconds. It's been a while. Because I had big feelings last week about the Star Wars that I didn't want to contain in 60 seconds. But you know, the training is there, and apparently when I set that timer, I'm really good at keeping it to 60 seconds. I don't know, Helen, you ended a few seconds before time was up. I feel cheated. I totally did not, because that iPhone beeped twice before I stopped. So you got bonus seconds. How dare you? How dare you try to taint Star Wars in 60 seconds? Star Wars in 60 seconds, what a highlight. Have ordered both figures on your recommendation. Absolutely. See if you can go find the guy who looks like he's not wearing pants. He looks like a total treat to have in your collection. Costa says, Meteora is so scary. I've been to Delphi. It's funny, Costa, because all my photos from Greece are in folders of the location. And I was like, I remember things I've seen, but not always the names. And I was like, oh yeah, I went there and there and there. It was cool. But yeah, I went as part of the tour with Mum. It was really cool. It was a really cool bus tour. The tour guide could speak Greek and English, obviously, but the poor bus driver could only speak Greek. And I kid you not, his delight that there was two people on the bus that could speak Greek and talk to him. And because the tour guide and the bus driver got a lot of freebies at different places, and then they would like share them with us. It was such a cool experience. I really enjoyed it. Oh, two Greek geeks collectors meet up in Greece. I mean, oh my God, someone go to Collector Base and ask if anybody knows of any good collectible shops in Greece. I'm joking. Oh, I haven't been to Heos either, Costa, so maybe we should. Austin says, one of my dream figures that I really wish Hot Toys would make would be a Ray Stevenson Punisher Warzone movie figure. I love Ray Stevenson as an actor, RIP to Ray. I'm not familiar with that, but I feel like you have mentioned that before, so I hope someone makes that for you. Two Greek geeks live from the Parthenon. I mean, why not? Can have some frappes, some nice tiropites. Oh, I wish I had a tiropita right now. They're so good. Costa, when we finished Two Greek Geeks, I totally ate the rest of those average local mothers, and I have no regrets. So good. Peter Parker anti-Venom suit was also released. This is a figure that is a bit interesting to me because visually it's quite different. It's quite striking. But I think a lot of other collectors are probably going to be like this. When you see it posed, your eyes go to the wrinkles in the suit. And I can't think that's a good thing to have this posed super dynamically long term. Like that would concern me. But I have to say, because I also saw is it Aliens versus Avengers Spider-Man, which is a white one in Hong Kong. And it was really striking. It reminded me a bit of the Snowsuit Black Widow because I think we don't get a lot of figures that are all white. So I think they really do stand out in a display. But yeah, I think it's a tricky one with some of these Spider-Man figures because you are potentially going to risk damage to the suit or not being able to pose it if you're worried about wrinkles. But I have to say, like, it does look cool with Venom. I did like that we got some blogger photos showing it with Venom. It's got I'm going to call them arm attachments. I know that's probably not what they're called. It looks cool. It looks cool. Not one for me, but I do think if this is something you're interested in, it would be a nice pickup. Gyros and stuffed olive leaves for everyone. You mean gyros and dolmades? Dolmades are delicious. I want my gyros with chips and tzatziki, please. Delicious. And when I say chips, I mean hot chips, which are French fries in America. Just so I don't mean potato chips. I mean hot chips. Or you can do a meetup at the Acropolis. Yanni has dominated it enough. Oh, last time I went to the Acropolis, there was a whole bunch of construction there. So I would like to see it. When I went to the Acropolis, they were actually lighting the Olympic cauldron for the, was it the Vancouver Winter Games? It was just very accidental and serendipitous that I was there on that day, but it was super cool to watch. Tendrils, thank you. I was going to say tendrils, and then I was worried it wasn't tendrils. Yanni's the best thing to come out of Greek since the alphabet. Wow. Who's that other singer they like? And he used to go to Eurovision. It's gone. Maybe Costa knows it's gone. Hot Toys posted their Tokyo Comic-Con display photos besides a mech for Japanese Spider-Man, no surprising figures I could see. Yeah, I saw those photos. I quickly looked at them through Instagram, but I couldn't really see anything different or new. So I didn't include them here. I feel like it's just they're taking the same things around because that's where the John Wick Chapter 1 figure is. Now I know why I didn't get to see it at Secret Base. Mike says, I mean, this Spidey figure is cool, but not for me. The Venom was a pass too, since I couldn't fit 2 to 3 figures in its place. Yeah, the Venom figures be huge. They absolutely do. AJ says, a few years ago, I would have ordered this Spider-Man immediately. I'm good now. Too many other priorities on the way. Yeah, I hear you, because there's a lot of things I would like, but they are not a priority. So I have to say no. Austin says Ray Stevenson played the Marvel character, the Punisher. Such a great movie. A lot of violence in the movie, and I've mentioned him before. I thought you had. Anthony. I can see the Acropolis whenever I want at the British Museum. Yeah. There was a really great ABC podcast in Australia called Stuff the British Stole, and it was a great podcast. I remember one of my work colleagues once sent me an email. She was like, hey, there's a Greek exhibition coming to the museum. Maybe you want to take your mum. And it was Stuff the British Stole. And I said, thank you. I will not be taking my mum to that because I don't need to hear about it. Stuff the British Stole is actually a very interesting podcast. I've got the Batman Returns 2.0 with the head sculpt on it. You'll love the figure, Helen. Oh, you've already got yours. Jealous. In my mind, I was always going to have it with the cowl and put the Bruce Wayne head sculpt on the Mars Toys figure. But now I'm like, I think I want the ripped cowl. Oh, Mike, those priorities suck. I mean, do you have to pay? Oh, do I have to pay my mortgage every month? I mean, only if you want somewhere to live. This is what I have to say to myself. Like when I want to quit my job, which I've wanted to do pretty much every day this year, I remind myself, you're always going to need somewhere to live and you have to pay your mortgage. So we keep going. Yeah, boo is correct, Costa. But Costa, seriously, if you have Apple Podcasts, I'm not sure if it's on Spotify, Stuff the British Stole. There is an episode on the Parthenon marbles because, oh my God, Costa, if you go to Melbourne, there's like a Greek district in Melbourne and there's a big building on the corner of 2 busy streets with this huge banner that literally is like, return the Parthenon marbles. And I'm like, oh, they feel strongly. But yeah, Stuff the British Stole is amazing. Any other female civilian figures you're working on, or any figures work in progress? Not female. I'm still on my John Wick 2 mixing and matching and whatnotting. So I haven't really started anything new at this point in time, to be honest. I don't know what will be next after that. Yeah, Anthony is Australian, that is true, but he lives in the UK. That is true. But yeah, still, that's a very sensitive topic for us Greeks, the old and it's funny because when I did my bus tour of Greece, like, you would have these museums and they would have a picture of what certain monuments looks like. And you'd go, and this is all we have. And it's like the feet of a statue. And what gets me is, give the stuff back, man. Seriously. Not just the Greek stuff. Like, all this stuff that you've taken from other countries. Like, how are we in an age where, like, there's not being pressure put on them to return this stuff? Wow, this has really gone another way. Goodness. Okay, he gets a pass. Everyone loves an Aussie, right? We're just lovable larrikins of the world. We've got some more pictures of our anti-Venom suit. Spider-Man, as I said, I do think it looks cool, but I do think it's a shame that sometimes with these poses you do notice the wrinkles quite a bit. I did love the pose with him on Venom's back. Maybe that's a cool way to have him where you can't really see any wrinkles. I think that would be nice. Sound check, please. Can you not hear me? Am I not coming through? StreamYard is making me think I'm coming through. Hopefully I am. I've pre-ordered the In-Art Catwoman, both scales. I now have over 24 different examples, probably more, of Anne Hathaway Catwoman. That's a lot. I don't even know that I knew there was that many. But the English are collectors of relics. Lol. Okay, everyone's saying they can hear me. I don't understand what the sound check comment was, so thank you for confirming, peeps. I appreciate it. It's the problem when you stream on your own, you've got no one to tell you your video's choppy, you can't hear you, all that stuff. So I'm glad things are sounding okay. But as I said, I do think it's cool. Not for me. It's for someone. Because, yeah, this is my thing. Like, even some pretty simple poses like this one on the left, you really see the wrinkling in the suit. So, but I do think the one on the right, that's a pretty nice example of the figure is pretty static, but the tendrils are doing the work with a bit of a dynamic pose and making it look cool. So, yeah, I think it's interesting. Is anybody getting this? Let me know. Is anybody getting this? Is this on anybody's wish list if you're watching live or in the replay? I'm keen to know, because I don't know that I know anybody who's picking this up. So it would be cool to know. It would be cool to know if anybody is grabbing this. I'm drinking all the water. Uncarded Review says, Anne Hathaway is my favorite cat burglar. You might even say she stole my heart, lol. Oh, there you go. Fair enough. That's fair enough. On Instagram, I've been seeing some photos of a sculpt of, I think it's the Anne Hathaway Catwoman with the mask from the charity event. And I cannot remember who posted them on Instagram. So this comment is in no way helpful. You're welcome. Pop Culture Living Room. I'm guessing that's a no to picking this up. Fair enough. As I said, I don't know anybody who's getting this. So I am genuinely interested if anybody here is picking it up. Figure It Out is here. Hello, everybody. Hello to you. Figure It Out. I hope you're doing well. Anthony says, I collect Spider-Man, but I'm not into this one. Fair enough. That's fair enough. There's, I have to say, I kind of forget at times how many Spider-Man figures have been done, because I feel like in my mind, not all of the video game and comic ones stick. Like, I feel like I'm pretty good at remembering, the Toby, the Andrews, the Toms. But even Into the Spider-Verse, like, there's been quite a few of them made, to the point where I think, like at Secret Base, there's twice as many figures or display space given to the Spider-Man figures that are not from the movies. So I do find it hard to remember how many there are, but I have to say there's a lot there. There's a lot in the Spider-Man line. I think it would be interesting if someone was to make a Halle Berry Catwoman figure. I've never seen that movie, and it was literally on television the other night in Australia. And I chose to go to bed, not gonna lie. Oh, cool. Uncarded Review says, yes, I'm following that sculptor. I'm getting the party mask head sculpt for one of my extra J&D Catwoman boys. Oh, I'm glad you're aware of it, because as I said, my comment just went nowhere in providing any actual help. So awesome. I have to say, that looks really nice. So that's awesome. I'm glad you are aware of it and are picking it up. Let's take a look at Spidey for a second. This is the thing here. Like, you just, as I said, and I know it can't be avoided, right? You either have these suits where you see the wrinkling, or you've got visible joints, and people don't want that either. So I totally understand. Like, you've got to pick your poison. But as I said, I do think aesthetically it does look pretty cool. Just seems like no one here was buying it, so fair enough. I just need 2 ticks. I feel like we're whizzing through the slides, which surprises me, because we did not whiz through the intro to this. 1977 Spider-Man. And it's funny, because I think I had my my wires crossed last week, because I was confused between the availability of the Japanese Spider-Man and the blue and grey suit Batman. It was the Japanese Spider-Man that I think was not available on Sideshow. Is that right? So I was pleasantly surprised, and I think it's cool that we've now seen this US TV version being announced. So and this is a cool one, because it is a cloth suit, which wonderful for posing, but I think you do need to be a little bit careful to make sure you're not going to have the fabric snag in any joints, or just the way you handle it. But I thought this was a really cool release. Like, I think it's cool that they're going into some a little bit more nostalgic figures. And I think Spider-Man obviously is a big character for Hot Toys. So I thought this looked cool. I thought there was some really awesome blogger photos with this as well. They had some fun with it. You do, obviously, you can see here the hands, to me, look like they're a different texture. Like, the hands look like they're molded plastic, whereas the rest of the suit is fabric, which I can understand. I don't really know what else you could do with that, unless it was like a fully one-piece suit, but then, you want to use different hands, whatnot, not possible. So I think that's the kind of thing that we live with. But this is the nice thing with the cloth suit. You can pose it, you can do all these things, and when the suit wrinkles, it doesn't damage, and then it should hopefully just go back to normal. So, as I said, I really did like this. Wow, this came on in my autoplay. Me? I came in your autoplay? Well, hello, High on Figures. How are you? Happy Friday. Hopefully you're happy to be here on the autoplay. Austin asked, do you believe that Inner will ever make the Christopher Reeve Superman and Clark Kent 2-pack? I think they will. I think that's going to go up for pre-order soon, isn't it? Weren't they saying that was likely to go up for pre-order in December? I think they're definitely going to do it. I think there's a lot of interest in that, and I think the footage they showed of that from Wonderfest, I think, had some good improvement on the original prototype they'd shown a couple of years earlier. So yeah, I think 100% think they're going to do that. We folks in America don't talk about the Japanese Spidey. It hurts. Oh, Windman, I'm sorry. I know you wanted that one. They fooled us into thinking we were getting it, but I did get this 77 version. Fond members of the memories of the TV show as a kid. Yeah, I don't get why they. It seems odd to me because I feel like when there's an exclusive, like the US is never excluded. So I was surprised by that. And as I said, I think I got my wires crossed last week in thinking it was the Batman. I remembered there was one figure, but no, it was that Spidey, which is such a shame. But I'm glad you've got the consolation prize American one. Inart is definitely making a Reef Superman, 100%. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday to Valkyrie Magnus, channel member. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for coming to hang out. Costa says all in art. Reeve Superman is coming and it looks great. It looks really good. It really does. It really does. Mike says this Spidey was way before my time, so I have no connection with this. I'm happy to say it's a little bit before my time too, but not by much. Figure It Out says one day we'll get figures with posable fingers as the standard, like the J&D Joker. One day in the distant future. Well, J&D needs to make action figures of superheroes that can pose. Maybe that's what they mean by J&D and beyond. Maybe their next Batman will articulate. That would be nice. I'm being snarky for no reason. Apologies. But yeah, the Spider-Man, like I have to say, there were so many cool blogger photos. It was really hard to pick, but I picked this just because, I think people get really excited when it is a cloth suit and they can really go nuts with the posing. I think of like the home suit, Tom Holland one. You can do some amazing poses with that one. And this is cool. So if you're getting this, like, I hope you absolutely take some time to pose it, enjoy it. It looks really cool. And I love the base with the little Superman. I'm guessing that's a sort of removable part that you can have in there. So looks really nice. Oh God, you're right, Costa. J&D needs to fix John Wick. Justice for John Wick. This is what makes me laugh because someone made a comment about J&D needs to make a ballerina. And I'm like, I'm kind of going with all due respect. I was like, they're doing a John Wick and like the Hot Toys one is way better. And they were just like J&D's will be better. And I'm like, but their John Wick chapter 1 is not better. So whatever, I don't know. Earlier this week, 2 in-art reps were on Will's channel. Oh, were they? And that question was asked, and the impression I got from them is it's not certain. Has in-art done interviews recently? I didn't realize in-art was doing the interview rounds again. Last I thought they were doing them. So I don't know. My sister, hello, how are you? Happy Friday. I hope you're doing well. Nice to see you in the chat. As I said, like the bloggers had some fun with these photos and I was totally down with that. As I said, I do think this looks cool. But yeah, as I said, I think you can really see here the hands being that little bit of a different texture, which, as I said, I think it's something that is just necessary at this point in time. Uncarded Review says J&D John Wick looks terrible. Hot Toys won that round. Yeah, and it wasn't even close. And I'm not gonna lie, the Chapter 4 Hot Toys one looks way better as well. Like when J&D was delaying the start of the John Wick pre-order because they gave us those very, I'll call them aloof teaser photos where we didn't really get to see the sculpt. And I had really hoped when they delayed the pre-order announcement that they were retooling those head sculpts because even from the teaser, they didn't look great. And I don't think they changed a thing. And I was very much thinking, oh my God, if this John Wick one is good, like I'm in trouble, I'm going to want that. I'm sorry, the Hot Toys one is incredible. And even that tease of the ballerina John Wick that they showed, that one also looks incredible. I really hope, oh my God, I hope they announce that before the end of the year. That would be nice. That would be nice. Mike's saying, I'm thinking J&D should stick to 6-scale animals. They seem to come out better than the figures. I don't really know what animals that they've done, but you know what? Like, to give them their flowers, their Harvey Dent Two-Face looks incredible. That, I think, is, in my opinion, the best Kojin Works thing we've seen from them to date. That Two-Face is sensational. It's been hard for me to resist buying that. I think even just getting the Two-Face on its own is like maybe 1,300 or 1,400 Australian dollars. That Two-Face is amazing. Amazing. As I said, I have to give credit where it's due. That is probably the best of what they've done so far for me. Windman says, I wanted both the 77 and 78 Spideys. I don't need both, but when does need get factored into us for collectors? It's all about want. I know, it's I think Bob made a similar comment to me about needs and this hobby. But yeah, I know. I hear what you're saying. I hope you can find the other one as well, Windman. Okay, fine, Helen. I'll give you that one. Harvey's pretty good. Harvey is very good, I have to say. Harvey is... When Figure Hideout put out that video of the Harvey figure, I came so close to pre-ordering it. I came dangerously close to pre-ordering it, I'm not going to lie. Wow, we're already up to Wolverine. We're making great time, everyone. Well, you might not think so. Helen thinks so, but one moment. TVA jacket Wolverine. What an adventure this was with the blogger photos. So Hot Toys posted photos, then deleted the album and reposted the photos, and then only posted things with the jacket. Very done up. Interesting. I'm sure many people have speculated why that is. But I just want to talk about the figure. I'm assuming, or I feel like, because I saw a side-by-side, that this is the same head sculpt as the suited version, but we've obviously got a bit of battle damage on it. I'm not mad about that either, because I think this is a fantastic head sculpt. So I think if you're getting either one, you're getting a great head sculpt. And I think probably part of the reason Hot Toys has made multiple versions is the ability to reuse that head sculpt. So why not? We've also got the Wolverine suit. It's got a bit of damage to it, battle damage to it, which I think is really great. The helmet, which is a separate piece, but it can't be worn on the figure. I did see some people post some pictures where they've put the helmeted sculpt on the figure, and that does work quite well. But unfortunately, this half helmet that they have accessory will not fit onto the sculpt. So that is not an option for you if you got this one. Figure It Out says, I'm still waiting for Spec Fiction to ship my J&D Joker. Really? Spec Fiction take forever to ship. I ordered the Harvey 2-pack. Great looking figure. Oh, I didn't realize people were still waiting for the J&D Joker. Interesting. Uncarded reviews. I dopoed the Harvey Dent, Clean, and the Two-Face version. I needed them both. That's fair enough. Austin says, I would love 2.0 2022 Avengers Hulk and Thor. 2022 or 2012? Because I don't think anybody wants a 2.0 of Smart Hulk. And I feel like Endgame Thor is probably still available. Uncarded Review said, Kit is just shipping the J&D Joker now, so everyone was delayed. Oh, really? I saw he had extras, but I don't know. I guess I just thought maybe he found a couple in the warehouse, or a supplier was like, hey, do you want more J&D Jokers? We have some stock. So I didn't realize that he was only just shipping them out as well. I thought you meant 2012. Yeah, I think a lot of people would like Hulk and Thor. I think Hulk would be the big one. I think if they did it seamless as well, I think a lot of people would like that. The Chewy pick from Hot Toys display at Tokyo Comic Con looks horrendous. My focus was on John Wick Chapter 1, so I did not notice that one. Sorry, I probably don't even know exactly how Chewie's meant to look. But I know how Hugh Jackman, beloved Aussie, is meant to look as Wolverine in Deadpool 3, and it's something like this. As I said, this is another one of those super impressive figures from Hot Toys. But I know you're like, Helen, enough of the jacket. And don't worry, I got some of the shirtless photos because, the internet saves things, Hot Toys. So deleting that album is pointless because people save the photos and distribute them. And this is a really great look at the seamless body. I think impressive figure. And I know everyone is talking about it. And I think the thing that is probably going to stop this from being a perfect figure or a figure of the year for some people is going to be the visible wrists. I know people get very upset about these things. I think sometimes these things are unavoidable. It's a bit like Bane. Like Bane's got a fantastic seamless body, and you can see, particularly the one that doesn't have the wrist guard on, you can see the wrist. Again, I feel like sometimes there's certain little things we have to live with, and I'm kind of okay with it because this looks fantastic. This looks really good. And I saw Six Scale Kawu did a cool pose on the turntable with the Wolverine and the Deadpool, and he's used the Loki energy effects to mimic the sort of ending of the movie, which I thought was really cool. But seriously, like, I think this looks fantastic. And I have to say, I do feel like the battle or the dirt battle damage, whatever you want to call it, on the pants looks really strong. I know that was a criticism some people had of the suited Wolverine. They felt like the battle damaged chest armor piece wasn't as damaged or weathered up as they would like. But I feel like in this one, they've really got a lot of that sort of dirt and blood and whatever it is on there. I think it looks really nice. It's funny. I have to say, when I did see videos about this, I was like, oh, it's nice to see they found a way to reuse the bottom of the base from Catwoman and Bane. It can't just be me. Like that photo on the right, that bottom base, that is 100% what they used for Catwoman and Bane, right? Like I'm not making this up. This is not a figment of my imagination. But you do get some extra accessory pieces you can put on the base, which is cool. But like seriously, whether you're gonna display this with the jacket or not, I think it looks fantastic. And again, like if you're so upset about the wrist pegs, have the jacket on, have the jacket open, best of both worlds. You're going to hide the wrist, but you're still going to see the torso and some of those, some of that damage on his body. But yeah, they both look so good. Both of these Wolverine figures look fantastic. And Carter Review says, yes, Hugh Jackman, Thirst Trap Wolverine. He is Thirst Trap Wolverine. I think this is a solid release. I don't think I need it. But some of the poses are changing my mind. Yeah, look, I have to be honest. Like I've been resisting the Wolverines. Like I've had Wolverines, I've had Deadpools, I've sold them. And it's hard because like I enjoyed the movie when it came out, but I was kind of at that time okay not getting the figures. But seeing how good the Wolverines came out, there's definitely a part of me that's done a double take of, because the deluxe Wolverine, the other version, was in stock at one stage at Pop Culture, and I saw it on the website. I'm not going to lie, there was a moment where I was like, should I just get this? What should I do? And then Rational Helen won out, and I did not buy it. And Carter Review says TVA Wolverine is my 2025 figure of the year. Are you being sincere with us? It's coming to that time, right, where people are going to start saying what is the figure of the year. It's going to be hard to choose. There's some really good ones. High on Figure says this shirtless jacket Hugh is going to be everyone's centerpiece, isn't it? I mean, it's a pretty nice centerpiece to have, I have to say. Austin says Also, Helen, that conversation Inart did was 2 or 3 days ago on Will's channel. They mentioned they were going to try and do more interviews on in the future. Oh, okay. I totally missed that if there was an Inart interview. I'm totally out of the loop then. Figure It Out says, from what I heard, Disney told Hot Toys to take down the jacketless photos. Political correctness woke Disney didn't like them. Yeah, I heard people say that. And, like, this is my thing, though. Like, if it's posted, the horse is bolted. Like, people are saving those photos and redistributing them. So I just think if they've gone up, like, I think you live with that. Like, thinking, no, we're going to make you take them down. All you've done is just make people share the copies that they saved. And that's where I got these. Like, people shared these in Facebook groups and whatnot. So it really wasn't hard to find the photos. This Wolverine is has so much kit bash potential. Oh wow, definitely picking up a few extras. That's very true. See, this is my thing with the John Wick Chapter 1. I'm like, do I get 2? Do I get 3? Because I feel like that head sculpt with a minor repaint is going to be perfect for my John Wick 2. Hawk says, Helen, what are your thoughts in regards to Inart's magnetic wand for eye manipulation, for example, the Severus Snape figure? Look, I've seen the magnetic wand for both the JND Two-Face and the Severus Snape. I really love this concept. I hope it works well across the board and we don't have issues with magnets. Because for me, particularly when you've got a sculpt with beautiful rooted hair like Severus Snape, I don't like having to take the hair off to manipulate the eyes. I don't want to have to handle the rooted hair. I don't want to risk wrecking the hairstyling, taking bits of the hair out. So I like it as a really elegant solution for adjusting the eyes. And I think, a couple years ago, we were all really big on wanting rolling eyes to be a standard feature. I think it would be great if the next evolution is that the magnetic eyes becomes a standard feature, because I think, as I said, with rooted hair figures, I think it's a much nicer way to do things. With sculpted hair, I absolutely don't mind having to adjust, but with the rooted hair ones, I know for me, I don't really like having to adjust the eyes because I don't want to damage the hair, because, we pay so much extra for the rooted hair. Mike says, I absolutely love the post someone did online, can't remember who, where this Wolverine and Deadpool were posed to recreate the ending. Yeah, 6-scale Kawu. That was 6-scale Kawu, Mike. That's what I was talking about before. Because 6-scale Kawu does quick unboxings. I really like them because they're short. There's no commentary. You just get a really good look at the figure. And he posted it as part of that video, but then he also posted it on his Instagram, and it was on a turntable, and it looked so cool. Like, that was a really cool pose and display. I was really impressed by that. Costa says, I need this Wolverine. I think a lot of people are going to feel this way. Oh, that's a good point. Figure it out. I'd be worried about dye transfer onto that silicone body from the jacket. Yeah, maybe. I've heard some people say they use Glad wrap or plastic cling wrap, which you could probably do on the arms without it being noticeable. On the body, it might be a little bit different, but yeah, that is true. Oh God, I hope that doesn't happen to anyone. I need both the Wolverines or Costa. This one is a pass for Austin. That's fair enough. Don't believe everything you see on the internet. I feel like I say that a lot myself too, Costa. I like to remind people that anyone can publish anything on the internet. Moose Dream says they've got both Wolverines already, no hesitation. That's fair enough. Definitely the Hugh Jackman Wolverine is figure of the year. I feel like the suited one is definitely up there in people's eyes. As I said, I really like this one as well, but I feel like a lot of people are going to get hung up on the wrists being visible. So, High on Figures asks, what's your next most anticipated release that you have on order? So for me, it's a bit tricky because I'm in Australia, so things are delayed. So for me, it was the Batman Returns, which has been announced. It's not released in Australia. But you know what? I feel like it might be the strike suit Captain America now and the Bucky, the artisan Bucky. Because I was looking at my Captain America Winter Soldier display recently, and it's funny because like I look at it every day, but I don't really look at it. I forgot, not forgot, but I guess I was probably a bit more forgiving at the time of how incapable that Captain America figure is of having its arms just straight down by its side without being modded. So I think having the new strike suit Steve and the artisan Bucky, they would be cool. But yeah, but then there's a part of me that also, because I love Batman and I'm building out my 89 to 97 display. There's also a part of me, and I can't believe I'm saying this, kind of also interested for the George Clooney Batman and Chris O'Donnell Robin. But I have to say, because Captain America Winter Soldier is my favorite Marvel movie, so I will go with Strike Suit Steve, which I think we're in the release window for. So Howard, if you want to drop that before Christmas, that would be great. And the artisan Bucky, and I am hoping the artisan Bucky hair looks less like he's fresh out of the salon. I hope. Moose Dream is down for the magnetic eyes. That's fair enough. Austin says, Helen, has there been a figure that's left a strong impression with you, or you were just in awe over? I mean, I think there's a lot of figures like that, to be honest. I think most recently it was the Mr. Freeze at Secret Base. I really wasn't expecting that to be on display, but when I saw that, I was just like, oh my God, this is incredible. So that's probably the most recent one I can think of. But even the Artisan Black Widow is another one. But yeah, I think most recently and sort of the newest one, it would probably be the Mr. Freeze. Uncarded V says, I have over a dozen different Jackman Wolverine figures. Yes, this TVA version was my most anticipated figure of the year. Oh, that's cool. And Howie Claus has released it before Christmas because he's a wonderful overlord. I actually really like Age of the Apocalypse Artisan Wolverine. I'm keen to see how that comes out, and I'm keen to see if there's a way you can get a hand on him for that other, not a hand. That's great words, because it is almost Saturday morning here. Yeah, I think I like to call that Motley Crue Wolverine because it's very 80s rocker hair, isn't it? Figure It Out says Battle Damage Vader or this Wolverine for figure of the year. Oh, I'm never going to think of a Star Wars figure in that category. Also, Helen, would you continue to put up the calendar dates for certain Hot Toys figures to be released? Yeah, I kind of use that based on what Jurgen Schultz puts in Collector Base. So I think he posts updates pretty regularly. So I'll include it on the stream, not every week, because I think that would be a little bit overkill. But yeah, we can talk about the schedules. I tend to include the schedule on those quieter weeks to kind of remind us of what's coming up. But at the moment, things have been so busy. I know I was even asked about doing unboxing of like the Artisan Black Widow, but the news has been so heavy that I've just been like, I'll be here for 3 hours if I also include an unboxing. Han Figures says, I have Clooney Bats and Mr. Freeze. I saw it in Secret Base, and Mr. Freeze I couldn't pass up after all the decades of no one making him. Yeah, I think there was a third-party company called Dragon Toys that did the similar Mr. Freeze in the suit, and I just remember that thing looking very undersized, looking very fragile, and I think that's what I was impressed with Hot Toys. Like, it looked big and imposing, really well put together. And it's funny because I ordered the deluxe and I was going, oh, I'm not going to use those wings. But now I'm going, I feel like I want to try to use the wings to have like Freeze hovering over Batman and Robin. I feel like that would be a cool way to display them. Figure It Out says, I think Blade and X-23 will be released before Strike Suit. Beetlejuice and Chewie are also due very soon. Yeah, I mean, it's totally wishful thinking on my part. It would, yeah, I mean, I was going to say it would be nice if they release Steve and Bucky together, but we know that's not how Hot Toys works. I'm going to do a bit of self-promotion because I've got about 50 in the chat. Hopefully I've got 50 likes as well, please and thank you, because liking is free and we appreciate it. So if you haven't liked the stream, please consider. If you haven't subscribed, please consider that also. That would be appreciated. Another question for you, Helen. Top 4 figures of the year you think? Oh, goodness, that's so hard to think of off the top of my head at this point of the night. Look, I think for me, Artisan Black Widow is definitely up there. I think the Wolverine is up there. I think it would be very hard for me to pick between both of the Terminators. I think both the clean and battle damage T800s are fantastic figures. But we've still got more figures to come. But we'll do a bit of a wrap-up show towards the end of December, and I'll give some thoughts about figures of the years that I might do, because last year, the start of this year, whenever it was, I then did a ranking of my pre-orders of what I got this year. So I might do that as well. I might do a ranking everything I bought this year. King Dingaling, hello. Helen, have you decided Sculpted or Artisan Week? Absolutely not. I have not. I think I'm probably going to hedge my bets and get one Sculpted and one Artisan. The problem is there's a part of me that wants to get 3. Yes, I'm that person, because I feel like buying the head sculpt loose between the Australian exchange rate and postage, part of me is like, you may as well buy a 3rd figure. So I'm thinking I'm going to hedge my bets and go 1 and 1. But I really wish I could have seen them. I just had this view of, if I can see them, I will know. But I did not see them, and I do not know. And I really feel like I need to pre-order sooner than later, because as well, the clock is ticking on the Catwoman as well, the pre-order, so that will close at some stage. So I need to make a decision. Also, where's the Artisan Moon Knight, Winter Soldier, etc.? This is true. What? 28 likes only? What? Now I'm up to 34. Well, I got 52 in the chat. 18 people are holding out on me. Wow. Wow. Are they the Star Wars fans? Is it the Star Wars fans that are not hitting the like button? God, 'tis the season to be jolly, everyone. Drop a girl a like. King Dingle says, what? I was trying to get both myself. Yeah, I just, it's funny because I've even gone to Bob and been like, enable me. And he's being not enabling. And I'm like, no, I feel like this is where I need you to enable me. Because I think I've said, like, the logical side of me knows that this is probably not the most essential one to splurge on Artisan, but I love the character of John Wick so much, and my intention is to build a World of John Wick display. And I want 2 chapter 1s because I want to be able to have him with both looks. But then, as I said, I feel like the battle damage on that sculpt is just painted. And with that hairstyle, getting like a minor repaint also means it would be a great chapter 2 sculpt. So this is where I'm just so, yeah, do I get 2? Do I get 3? Do I get them all sculpted? Do I get an Artisan just to see? I don't know. Sorry, Helen, I pulled on a work call. Thanks for reminding me it was 6-scale Carwo. That's okay. I didn't realize you missed that bit. But no, yeah, I really like his YouTube channel and his social media. He gets figures really quick. And they're just no nonsense looks at the figure, which I appreciate. I don't always have 20 minutes to half an hour to watch a review. So getting the video footage and being able to get a good look at things is something that is really handy. Oh, thanks, Carl. We Star Wars fans love you. Not all of you, but it's nice to know that you all don't hate me. Hello everybody. Hello Paul. I hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. So yeah, guys, the Wolverine. I'm guessing this is a lot of people are picking this up, unlike the anti-Venom suit Spider-Man. And yeah, as I said, I think this is one that is it looks sensational. Like, I think the Deadpool and Wolverine line overall, what's been released has been really solid. I think it will be interesting to see, oh my god, I'm gonna go there. That Human Torch figure. I'm so keen to see when that comes out, if how that likeness is, because I feel like that Human Torch head sculpt, it was like, do you all remember when they had that thing of, is the dress blue or is the dress gold or whatever the other color was? I feel like that's what that thing, people are like, no, it totally looks like Chris Evans. And I know for me, I was like, lovely David Beckham head sculpt. Like, it does not look a thing like Chris Evans. So I would be interested to see how that one turns out. Oh my god! And I should have put photos of this in the stream? All the things I should have done. Did you guys see the SW Toys Cassandra Nova figure was released, and it actually looks pretty good. I saw some pictures of that, and the it's an amazing accessory, but my face literally hurts when I see it. The Deadpool sculpt with the fingers coming out of it. Like, seriously, like, I have a couple of SW Toys things, and they can be a little bit hit or miss. But the Cassandra Nova looks pretty good, I have to say. Austin says, I've already hit the like button. I always do. Thank you. I appreciate you taking your time out to include everyone in the conversation. You deserve more likes and much success as well. You make everyone feel special. Thank you, Austin. I appreciate that. Yeah, look, I mean, I read out all the comments. I don't think this stream happens without audience participation. But I know for me as well, like, I get a little bit annoyed when you watch streams and they ignore the chat, or they don't show bits of the chat, and they might even refer to it but not pull up the comment. And I think I kind of got that from, like, Bretta with Collectors Unite. Like, he would make the point of reading that and including everyone. So when I've come to stream, I feel like that's just kind of what I feel like is the right thing to do. And I actually really enjoy getting other people's views on figures. I know there's a lot of times where people have had different perspectives on figures or companies or whatever. So it's even given me some interesting things to think about. I don't pretend I know everything, but yeah, as I said, like, I appreciate everyone who comes to hang out. I have, a lot of people as well that watch the replay really consistently, and they're giving me a couple of hours of their time. So I feel like the least I can do is either read out the comment or respond to the comment. Like, I try to respond to all the comments that people leave on my videos. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I can't do a face-off between my 2012 Avengers Hulk and the Fantastic Four thing. Oh, you want to? You can't wait to do. Oh, okay, that would be. I think there'd be a bit of a size difference. I have to say, when I saw Thing in Secret Base, I kind of thought it would be a bigger figure. So I have a reel on my Instagram and a video on my TikTok, which my TikTok that I forget is there, and TikTok that I think is brain rot. I have a video of the Fantastic Four figures at Secret Base where you can see Thing next to the Human Torch. And yeah, I think there's going to be quite a bit of a size difference between the two, because I have the 2012 Hulk and the Thing is definitely a lot smaller, I have to say. Figure It Out says, there's a few live streamers who will only read out a comment if it's a super chat. I refuse to watch a stream that doesn't encourage or engage with the people watching. Yeah, I mean, I've seen those too, and I just, yeah, I don't kind of agree with that approach, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, people are gonna run their things the way they want to run them. This is how I do my thing, and as I say, I feel like I have a pretty engaged audience, which I'm really grateful for. So yeah, I mean, unless it's something rude or obscene or something like that, I'm pretty much going to read out all the comments, to be honest. really thing is smaller. That's crazy. Yeah, you should I haven't posted it on my YouTube yet. Maybe I should, but yeah, if you look at my Instagram, you'll see Thing next to the other Fantastic Four figures, and I think that will give you a sense of the size of Mr. Thing. This is a new name, Jam 2315, with a Michael Jordan Jumpman logo, which the basketball fan in me appreciates because I was literally at a basketball game before I started streaming. I wonder if they're still working out the Chris Evans Johnny Storm figure from Deadpool 3. I want that one only if they redo the sculpt. Yeah, it is such a divisive head sculpt, I think. I don't see Chris Evans in it at all. And I know when I was talking to Iron Logan, he was like, what do you mean? It's a great head sculpt. It looks just like him. I'm like, dude, looks like David Beckham. Does not look like Chris Evans. And I didn't get to see that one. So, I mean, I think there's a lot of people that are in the same view that they are hoping that gets an upgrade. Hugh Jackman and Wolverine. Got some more photos here. As I said, like the battle damage and all the sort of blood and dirt effects, I think it's at a really high level, which I'm hoping people be satisfied with. I feel like aside from the wrists, I haven't really heard people make a lot of complaints about this one. And then we've got a bit of a look at the accessories. We've got sort of like the little set of drawers, filing cabinet, whatever you would call it, and the mask. Looks really nice, and I did like this pose here where you know, you got him wearing the glove or the gauntlet from the other suit. So if you're getting both, you can mix and match and do some cool stuff. I did like the photos I saw where someone had put the helmeted sculpt onto this figure. I thought that looked really cool. So lots of mixing and matching if you so desire with the Wolverine. Ramstein's fan here is hello, howdy, sorry I'm late. That's fine. Although I'm going to warn you, I'm probably going to wrap up soon because I think my slides are almost done. And Helen is very tired. I can't wait for this Wolverine. I think many people are with you on that one. All this Deadpool Wolverine talk has me wondering where Ash Chase is. I know, right? He's not been on as much in the past few weeks. I'm assuming he's just got some stuff on. Ash is not here. No, he hasn't. I feel like the past month or so, Ash has been away. But then also, Ash is 2 hours ahead of me. So when I start streaming, it is midnight for him. So I'm when he is here and here towards the end of my streams, I'm always like, kudos to you because I am fading and you are 2 hours into the future. So it's 2 a.m. Ash could well be asleep. So that is fair enough. Helen, how did the Thing figure look like close up? Was it very detailed to be expected? Yeah, I thought it looked really good. Like, I'll be honest, I thought all of the Fantastic Four figures looked really good. The lighting at Secret Base is not the best. So with my video, it does have a little bit of a yellow tinge because they use like these warm spotlights. But I thought they looked really nice. The suits are nice. They're cloth. They didn't have any of the sort of, I would say, effect pieces. So they didn't have the long arms for Mr. Fantastic or the sort of fire piece for Johnny Storm. But yeah, I thought the figures themselves looked really nice. They had Baby Franklin and Herbie. I thought the Herbie was really cool. I thought it was nice. And I enjoyed the movie. I wasn't at I need the figures level. But I definitely appreciated them. They had them in a display cabinet all on their own. Yeah, there's also in my Secret Base tour, there's a bit of footage of them. But if you're wanting to get a sense of the detail, the video or the reel I put on Instagram, I've zoomed in a bit on things so you'd get a little bit more look at the details on him. Oh, Costa, I've added myself to the waitlist for this. Fair enough. I mean, if it comes up, you can always say no. But it's better to have the option, right? Is this the last of my photos? No, it's not the last of my photos. But before we'll go back, Wolverine, it's definitely up there. As much as some people want to proclaim new kings of 6 scale or other companies are better. I still think Hot Toys is giving us some great stuff. So let's not underappreciate a company that's producing a lot of figures. And I think the baseline of what Hot Toys produce is really nice. So, what is your Instagram page name? 6 scale Shiro, just like the YouTube channel. And I think in a lot of my videos I have a link to my Instagram. But yeah, literally just 6 scale Shiro, one word on Instagram. Hopefully I come up pretty easily. But yeah, Wolverine, fantastic. Looks really, really great. I am going to wrap things up really soon because very, very tired and fading. Just a reminder, videos from Hong Kong, if you haven't watched them, if you'd like something to watch this weekend, I've got my tour of the Powergate store, which was really cool. They had some pretty big display cabinets. They have a very big life-size Deadpool out the front as well, which is was a really cool statue. So yeah, I had a lot of fun having a look around the store and seeing what they had. They also had a bit of a section of items from Sideshow Collectibles. So I've got some footage of the statues and the other things they had from Sideshow there. So the Powergate tour store, I think it was store tour. I'm losing my words very rapidly. I think it's about an 8-minute video, so a pretty quick one. And of course, we've got the Secret Base tour, which is a bit of a longer video. It was about 20-something minutes. I did my best. I realized in hindsight, I had a couple of errors in the commentary, so apologies. But as I said, I did my best. And it was really cool to have a walk around Secret Base. And I've tried to talk about what was different between my visits, where I had noticed there were some differences. Quite a few of the things were the same. But as I said, I feel like Secret Base is a place we hear about and we see little snippets of. And I don't think anyone's ever mad about a Secret Base tour, right? So that's also up on my channel if you want to check that out. If you don't, that's also fine. I don't pressure anybody to do anything. Anthony says, Thirst Trap Wolverine looks great. He really does. He really does. Winman, thank you. Your Hong Kong videos were great. Thanks again for taking the time to make them. Much appreciated. You're welcome. I'm glad people are enjoying them. Okay, Helen, great conversation. Have a good weekend. I'm going to enjoy my figures this weekend. Well, you should enjoy your figures every day, but sure. I think that the Hot Toys versus in-art comments are just rage bait. I own figures from every brand manufacturer and they all have hits and misses. In my opinion, custom is the absolute best. Yeah, I totally agree on Carter Reviews. I think there's total slam dunks. I think there's some close but not there. I think there's some missteps. I just find it interesting that some people are willing to forgive issues of one but not another, particularly when the other, being Hot Toys, is producing as many things as they do. For me, I feel like if you're producing a lot less, I feel like some of the issues are, I don't know, for me it's not as forgivable, but maybe I'm just harsh. Mike says, it's such a basic concept, but being in the US, I think it's crazy that you can't buy and actually walk out of Hot Toys with one of these places and bypass the delivery. Look, you can buy figures. It's just limited as to what you can get. So Secret Base is very much like pre-orders and collection. They have some stuff for sale. Like they literally will, throughout the store, there will be a little sign that says available if something is still available to buy or pre-order. They also will literally give you like a folder of printouts of the figures they have in stock. And then they also had like an iPad in the store where you could browse through to see what was available for pre-order. The pre-order windows are more narrow in Hong Kong, so it's kind of not like a Sideshow or a Pop Culture where I'm guessing they're ordering X figures and the pre-orders are just open till they sell them all. Near Secret Base, you have Toy Hunters in the CTMA Centre. It's literally like around the corner from Secret Base, so really easy to get to. They have a lot more figures there. I didn't really film that one this time because it is a really tiny shop. But in my original Hong Kong shopping vlog, I show Toy Hunters in there. So they have quite a few figures that are available. And then it's more your Rebel base, Echo base, and Powergate that have a lot more just shelving with stock. And I was shocked, Mike. They even had, I saw a Shatari figure from like the Avengers. I did not see that last year. So I was like, wow, you've got literally one of the Chitauri figures. I was surprised. So this is the thing. And I think it's interesting because I think even for local collectors, the resellers are a thing. Because if you've not pre-ordered in that, I think may get maybe around a 30-day window. Like that's it. The pre-orders are closed. If you missed out and you want it, you're relying on a reseller. So it is the system they have. As I said, it just depends. It just depends on what you're after and how available it is. But yeah, I would never have thought that I could have bought multiple Artisan Scarlet Witches at the Hot Toy stores. Yeah, you just don't know what you're going to find. Like they had David Corenswet Superman, they had some newer figures, but some of them were older figures as well. So yeah, it's a bit of a, I don't know. For me, I guess because in Australia, like I don't feel like a lot of stores just carry Hot Toys stock aside from pop culture. So I can kind of understand it because that was just something I observed with Hong Kong overall. There just wasn't a lot of newer stuff, whether it was Hot Toys or third party just sitting around. I think people fulfill pre-orders and they don't want to just be hanging on to stock in case they can't move it. Did you pick up much in Hong Kong? Where's the haul video? Yes, I did a haul video. Thank you, Anthony. I was dying a death when I did my haul video. I did it as a live stream. It was literally the day I got back from Hong Kong and I was incredibly sick. And I don't pretend I have the best voice to listen to, but I sounded absolutely horrible and I was literally coughing every 5 minutes, but I was muting the mic and I probably went through about half a packet of Strepsils to do that stream. So no, that stream's been done. That stream was done. Supply and demand is the law of the land. It is. I think I saw that in Hong Kong with how few newer figures were available to buy in stores. I genuinely believe Hot Toys is making less and figures are just not going to sit around. So hence my need to pre-order. And that's why I want to pre-order my John Wick soon while I can because I don't want to miss out on stuff. Austin says, I do enjoy my figures every day for sure, but I spend a little bit more time with them on the weekend from kit batching to watching my favorite heroic movies. Anyway, have a good weekend. That's a great way to be. You know what? I need to rewatch one of my favorite movies soon. It's a Christmas movie. I hope you've heard of it. It's called Batman Returns. And I would encourage you, if you need a Christmas movie to watch, Batman Returns. It's a wonderful Christmas movie that I think should make it into your viewing. Do you know what else is kind of a nice thing to watch for Christmas is Hawkeye. I rewatched that 1 year around Christmas time and enjoyed it immensely. But anyway, it's back to me. Hello. And farewell. I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me this week. It's been another big week, and I'm super excited to see what Howie Claus has on for us for the rest of the month. Jim's just snuck in. Evening, everyone. Hello, Jim. We'll head over and watch the tour after this. Oh, thank you. I was just promoting myself, but nice to see you in the chat. I hope you're doing well. Die Hard, best Christmas movie ever. Fun fact, never seen it. Absolutely, I'm going to enjoy watching Batman Returns this weekend for sure. I have it on Blu-ray. It's a beautiful movie. Oh, Ashley 100% agrees with you on that Christmas movie note. Ashley has fantastic taste, AJ, but I'm sure you know that. Have an amazing one. You too, thank you. We missed you, Helen. Missed you. I'm right here, guys. Oh, my goodness. Mike, that's so kind. Not sure where we stand for the Tim Tam Fund. So here you go. That's incredibly kind. So the Tim Tams were gifted. I did hear from the winner. With the YouTube showing the handles and not the usernames, it was actually someone whose name I didn't know. His name is Andreas IB. So I sent him Tim Tams, which he has received, and he did message me. Let me quickly find the message because I really got a kick out of the message. Where are you? Here we go. He goes, I received them, thank you, and then I did a few Tim Tam slams in your honor. I get it now, addictive. And I was like, amazing, I've converted. And Cousin Anthony was doing Tim Tam slams this week as well. I sent Cousin Anthony Tim Tams months ago, and he still has some. So he must be the most disciplined person I know, because I would not have Tim Tams months later after someone sent me Tim Tams. But that's very kind, Mike. Thank you. Appreciate it. And I will definitely do another Tim Tam giveaway at some point. I think it's kind of a nice, unique thing to do, because I think if you give a figure or something, it may not be an IP people like. They already have it. So the Tim Tams are kind of a little bit fun, a little bit different, a little bit calorific, which we like. Have a great weekend, Helen. Thank you, Ramstein fan. Lovely to see you in the chat. Big Ribs here. Hi, Helen. Last minute. Loved your trip. Thank you. I appreciate it. Trip video. Yes, we got there in the end, but my goodness, I was very sick when I filmed them. Hit the like button, everyone. Absolutely on the way out. If you could hit the like button, I would appreciate it. Die Hard, Helen, watch it. Look, Anthony, the list of movies people want me to watch are I'll never get to in this lifetime. I'm okay with it. Netflix announced its acquisition of Warner Brothers. Oh, interesting. Tim Tams don't last more than one sitting in my house. I know, right? I can't believe Cousin Anthony still has Tim Tams. I can't even remember when I sent them to him. It was that long ago. Mike says, not a problem, Helen. We appreciate all your time and what you do for us. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you coming to hang out. Guys, we just cracked 2 hours, which is amazing. But as I said, Dagito's here. Thanks to whoever gave out the memberships. That would be Bob Dylan. He's the nicest guy in collecting. He gifted 20 memberships, which was incredibly kind of him, and then disappeared. I think he's disappeared. Anyway, I'll be back. Back to the usual time. So sorry for being late, but I had to go to the basketball. But same time, same channel to talk about whatever that beautiful genius Howie Claus has done for us this week or next week. Take care, have a lovely weekend, and I will see you then. Bye.